So first I'm just gonna duplicate this so we have the original. Just leave that there. And then, I don't know if you can tell, this stuff is definitely like a little bit quieter than this stuff. You can just tell by like the fatness. So what I like to do, I'll just cut this. And just bring the gain down a little bit, little gain reduction. So let's try just like -1 decibels, nothing really changed. -2, you can kind of see that's matched up a little bit. But in the song, of course, like you want like louder stuff for like choruses and whatever. So like where it starts to get like noticeably big right here, maybe cut that, just kind of leave it alone. I don't know if GarageBand has like this sort of stuff, but yeah, you just kind of have to see where this starts, yeah, like that. And then where it starts to get quiet again, you can just cut like that. And then just so everything is kind of set up before we even get into any sort of like processing and stuff. So this one's like that. Let's bring that down just a little bit more, like -2, so that kind of just looks a lot more even. Oh.
Beautiful. That's good.
Okay, so like that sort of stuff I think is good to kind of cut out a little bit.
Beautiful.
Cool, like we can just delete that beginning part just so it doesn't sound so like whatever. And then we'll just start with like an EQ.
Beautiful. Let's get started.
I hope you can hear me.
You
do like a multi-band.
My universe, you made my love her steel star.
Skip out a little bit.
That
you can tell like this slightly is a little bit quieter than this. So what we can do, what we just did for the other stuff, instead of bringing it down, we'll add some gain to it like that. So like that, I don't know if you can tell, but everything looks pretty even to me. So we can start with EQ. And now this, I don't know, this little symbol or whatever, it just means it's cutting the lows. And then if we were to change it to this, it means it would be cutting all the highs. See, like if we did that, like there's nothing because we just cut everything. So you just kind of want to hear for rough sounds and stuff like that, and just try to cut a little bit, but you don't want to take away like the I don't know, the way I'm looking for the thickness of it too much. But right here we can just do the opposite, take away some high. But if we do it too much, it sounds like it's underwater, you know what I mean? So we just want to find right until it starts to make a difference, like you can hear a difference in the sound. Let's wait for it. So it's definitely underwater. See, that's where it kind of gets normal, so that's a good place to cut it so that you don't have all that stuff. Same thing with this. Right here, it sounds pretty good. So we're not taking out the deepness of it and stuff, but we're just taking away all that extra air and all that stuff and saving room. And then I'll do some like additive and subtractive EQ. So like I would just leave, kind of, since you already took out the high and the low here, you can just do another one and just leave those alone. And so now we're focusing on like the middle frequencies, like 100 kilohertz to like, 200 hertz and stuff like that. So on this one, we'll listen and we'll take this one right now. I'll bring this thing up, a Q. I don't know if you know what it means, but it just makes this thing really pointy and really whatever. So it's kind of, it's specific of that sound you want to like cover. But I like to bring it all the way up and then listen for like a weird sound and then bring it down a little bit like that. But I don't like to go below -6 right here, just because it'll take away from the clarity a little bit. So like if we play it,
you told me I'm your celestial star,
see how it kind of sounds a little
that
different?
I remind you of a nebula.
Just bring it down.
You told me you love everything you see about me.
Take this dude, do the same thing.
I just want you to know that's how I see
See like that, it sounds like you're like talking into a cup kind of. So we just bring that down in here, but try not to go past this.
you. Said
It just kind of clears the air a little bit, which is pretty good, is what we want. But you can tell that the volume is a little bit more on these frequencies than this, so you don't want to subtract a lot because you won't even be able to whatever, if you know what I mean. But we'll just take out a little bit. We'll like,
not feel it.
oh, not like that. Fuck.
Do you
See, I forgot it was like that, so you want to put it on one of these.
It's always there, just waiting for you. It's always
So we took out some of the bad frequencies, and now we just kind of want to make it a little bit the opposite way. So we'll just start it from here because everything's kind of the same consistency, which is good. So like on this one, instead of going up and finding a weird noise, we're going to go down and find a weird noise.
You couldn't see beyond all things, meaning everything you mean. Do you not feel it? Do you not breathe it? It's
Where'd these go?
always there, just waiting for you. It's always there, just opening to you. It's always there if you can. Just embrace the love that
But like on this one, you don't want to try not to go above 6.
has given.
So that just kind of cleared it up a little bit, and then I'll just grab like a de-esser, and like Ableton has like a stock one for you, but you can kind of just play with it a little bit.
You told me I'm your
But it's not bad on like the
celestial star,
essing stuff, so we can just kind
that
of
I remind you
slow
of
down the
a
tag to an auto
nebula.
release.
You told me you love everything you see.
We're not going to sidechain because this is the only track. We have nothing to like sidechain it to. Yeah, this kind of just keeps it a little bit consistent throughout.
That's how I see
To
you.
turn the gain up a little bit right here. Because again, like the song itself right now, we're like probably peaking at like 20 or 18, negative 20 or negative 18 decibels, which is pretty low. You know, for a song you want it to be like a little bit louder so people don't have to crank their over. But we just like listen to a little bit.
Do you not feel it?
And a good thing I like to do, just because like with these louder parts, so that it doesn't like sound too much, when they happen, I'll take a limiter, just kind of put it right up here, and so like if you're listening,
It's always there, just
yeah, we're kind of peaking right there. So let's say let's not go above
it's
-16,
always there if you
but we'll add some
can.
gain.
Just embrace the love that mother has given.
So it sounds a little bit.
Has given you.
And then what we can do, we can kind of just take this, let's consolidate it all, and then we'll just kind of add a little bit of gain to the entire thing now that everything's leveled as far as the file looks and whatever. And again, this is just like my process. So right here it's at -14. So if we brought it to 0, it's gonna be pretty big. So we'll see how that sounds, but we can always bring it down. Yeah, that's fucking loud as hell. Let's bring it to like -6.
Beautiful. Let's get started.
Yeah, you can tell it's a little bit muffled though because of how
You
much.
control my
-12.
universe. You make my love hurt.
See, that sounds pretty good, pretty clear.
They're just
So let's see how it sounds when it gets louder so that we're not
just waiting
undercompensating.
for you. It's always there,
We're not
just
clipping right here.
opening to
We
you.
could probably bring
It's
up.
always there if you can.
So I changed the ceiling from -16 so it doesn't go higher than -16 decibels to -14. But since we're adding a little bit more processing and we just added that, I'd say let's do like -10 or -8 right now.
Always there, just waiting for you. It's always.
And then now we can add like some reverb and stuff like that now that everything is kind of good. And on the last one I just put the reverb, like the mix, at 40%. And the real thing that makes it like reverb, like that reverb kind of like lo-fi sound, is this decay time. So like I'll show you.
Always there, just
So
waiting.
this is obviously regular, start from the top. This is without
Beautiful.
reverb.
Let's get started. You control my universe.
So we just added some reverb.
You make my love hurt. You
And that's good because it has that like backup and stuff. So if we keep that, oh my bad. Let's bring the decay time up to like, I don't know, let's start with 3 or around 3. So we'll do 2.89 and we'll see how that sounds.
Beautiful. Let's get started.
And I can do something with the beginning part so the reverb kind of cuts in then.
Let's get started.
But
You control
the decay time is kind of like, it's that like,
my love
I don't know how the fuck to explain it.
you bring me
Like a comet, how it has all that shit behind it, like that's the decay time like adds to that. So instead of it just being like a little bit reverb, but it's not so full, this like draws out all the sounds more. It's like a haunting kind of echo sound, but it's not really like a echo, it's more of like a, I don't know. And if you wanted to make it a little bit more without making it too crazy, you could just bring up the level a bit more.
I just
So
want
we do 45.
you to know that's how I see you. You said I was the for you. It's always there, just opening to you. It's always there if you can.
Yeah, I like the decay up a little bit, but I'm gonna add one more thing and then I can add that and then we could do something. But I'm gonna bring down the ceiling a little bit. Let's do -6. So now I'm just gonna add like a mastering plugin. So we got, cool. And then right now it has like presets and stuff.
Said I was the girl.
I like this one, the general purpose loudness with transient enhancement.
Could see beyond all things.
You can tell it just adds a lot of stereo waves and stuff.
Do not
now, since we have this pulled up, actually one more thing. Beginning part, we can automate some of our stuff to make it a little natural sounding, so it's not like you walking in before you sit down to record is like reverbed and processed, you know. So what we can do, turn it off.
Beautiful. Let's get started.
So we'll start our mastering plugin right there. We'll start our reverb right there. Cool. And we'll start our limiter right there. Okay. So now when we play it, when it passes that and it actually goes into the song, these effects are gonna like come in. So
beautiful. Let's get started. You control my universe.
So it's cool that it just kind of like cuts in like that, but we could we'll bring everything back just a little bit so it kind of sounds a little bit more natural. So we'll do it like right here in the middle of the second quarter note, or I think if that is a quarter note. So we're good here, so let's just do the same thing over here. Show automation. Let's bring this dude back. Let's bring this dude back around the same time. Oh. And then we'll do it for this. Okay.
Beautiful. Let's get started. You control my universe. Beautiful. Let's get started.
Maybe we'll do it up a little bit more, actually. I think that sounds alright. Just so it doesn't sound like it just kicks right in, but it's still kind of a cool effect. But if you want it different, just let me know and I'll change it. Okay. So now, yeah, let's save this before I fuck everything up. Cool. Alright, we'll listen to this.
Beautiful. Let's get started. You control my universe.
I have an idea. Let's do that, and then we'll actually fade this a little bit, so it doesn't sound like it's cutting in so like fast. So.
Beautiful. Let's get started.
Bring that up a little bit.
Beautiful. Let's get started. You control.
What if there's like a pause? Maybe that would sound good.
Beautiful. Let's get started. You control my universe. You make my love hurt. You bring me replenishing.
We can always go back and do love that high and low cut. If we want to fix something, we can go back and still do it. So let's listen.
You make my love hurt. You bring me replenishing thoughts of sanity.
if we automated our EQ just a little bit and brought it just a little bit of that underwater sound. Let's do this. Actually, yeah, let's just fuck that automation right now. Oops. Okay, so yeah, we'll just listen to compare.
Control my universe, you made my love hurt. You bring me replenishing thoughts of
So I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna turn this one on for this beginning part. On and then off. But we'll turn this one on with the high pass up just a little bit. Like that, I'll say. We'll turn this one on when it kind of kicks in a little bit. Maybe that'll sound cool. Let's see where this automation is on that one. Okay. Do it like that. So let's see how that sounds.
Beautiful. Let's get started. You control my universe. You make my love hurt. You bring me replenishing thoughts of sanity. You told me I'm your celestial star.
Now I'm gonna turn this one on, like right when it kicks in, because I don't like that like high buzz, but you know, let's see.
Sanity.
Oh yeah.
Sanity. You told me I'm a celestial star.
I'm sure there's plenty of ways to do this little thing I did where the EQ comes in, but I don't like feel like just fucking around right now. But yeah, so we'll bring that down, then we'll listen to the original. Not that there's anything wrong with the original, but it was just unprocessed.
Beautiful. Let's get started. You control my love hurt. My love hurt. You bring me replenishing sanity. You told me I'm your soul. I remind you of a nebula.
So yeah, that's that. And if you want me to change anything, just let me know. But I think it sounds pretty good. I'll send it to you right now. Bye bye.